Hello, everybody. This is Walrus McFish Sr., and I'm back. Did you miss me? Don't answer that. Anyway, I'm back after several weeks, but I'm here, and I'm a little bit jet lagged, but I'm eager to play more Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. It's Savage Sid the Executioner, the former kid of Rue. And yeah, we're doing pretty well with this character, right? You know, last we left off, it acquired 10 out of 15, two-thirds of the runes of Zot. We had a great rune heist of 2015, so I'm thinking that we best get out of here before the silent alarms are triggered and the coppers show up. You know, the Rozzers. We don't want the Rozzers to show up here. So let's get out of here and get our last pandemonic rune and be on our way. I'm a little bit rusty, as you could imagine. I haven't played in a couple of weeks, but that's why we've got this last pan rune here to sort of get our dungeon crawl legs back underneath us. And then we can head into hell, which is the part of the game where I always trip up. Not this time, hopefully, but, you know, maybe, if I'm not ready for it, if I'm not careful. So I think I'm starting to feel it, getting back into it. Believe it or not, I wasn't playing any dungeon crawl when I was gone, but I was playing a little bit of NetHack, believe it or not. So I've sort of I've got my roguelike chops still warmed up a little bit. I mean, not that I'm particularly good at NetHack or anything. I was doing very poorly. But on the other hand, you know, it's a little bit like I'm getting my wires crossed here a little bit. You know, I mean, you got sort of a different dialect of roguelike that you're playing there. So switching back to this, it'll just take me a minute to get my neurons all lubricated here, because that's how it works. Your brain literally gets greased up. Less protected from missiles. Oh, that's rude. Yeah, okay, let's just fly over here, I guess, and we can deal with this guy standing in a cloud. I don't think we're really in any sort of danger here. How about let's get up some buffs, though? Why not? Wizard possibly trying to banish us. I don't like that very much, so let's hit him with some anti-magic and make sure that none of this is any issue at all. Alright, so that was a little bit of an opening salvo there. You know, I'm feeling just a little bit more warmed up just because of that. Just because... well, I don't know. First things first, we had to fight a bunch of Rozzers. You know, definitely the silent alarms were triggered after all. I imagine that probably Lam Loban has got one of those James Bond-style alarm systems that's rigged up to, like, his heartbeat or something like that. So if he dies, then it automatically triggers the bomb and releases a bunch of poison gas, which is where all these green deaths came from. Makes perfect sense. But you're not going to get us, Lam Loban. We're going to get out of here. We haven't seen... oh, yeah, there's a bunch of portals over here. We did magic map the place when we were casing the joint. But, yeah, we can just jump right out of here and find Manoleg as quickly as we can. So let's see what happens. Let's jump on through. Nope. Just the red zone over here. Which is fine, I guess, if you like the color red. But it's a little bit aggressive. A Hell Sentinel over there, I don't think we need to be dealing with that. Scroll of Noise, maybe I should read just for fun, just to annoy these red people. But here's another way out. Goodbye, Red World. What is this? This level is also pretty red as well, so I mean, we're definitely in the red region of Pandemonium here. Which is fine, I guess. I don't know. I feel like Manoleg's level is a little bit more like purplish green. So I think that's what I really should be going for. Hell Beast is no problem. Executioner is a little tricky, but we're good. Yeah, nobody can touch us. I mean, as I remember it, we were pretty powerful. And after playing NetHack, I'm feeling quite powerful indeed. You know, I'm used to playing these low-level level 1 NetHack characters, and I just don't even know how to handle myself playing NetHack anymore. I just don't have any confidence. Deal with this Caco demon. Hopefully it does not mutate us, but this anti-magic helps so much. It just deals with these demons like cutting through butter. Demons without their magic is nothing. It's just like a stick of butter. It's easy as fighting a stick of butter. What's with this metal area? I guess this could be something interesting. Any Panlords in here? Wand of Paralysis? Nah, we got no evocations this game. Big wide open areas in this red zone. I'm not too keen on that. Just because what if we get attacked by a whole bunch of demons? But here we go. Here's the way out. Okay. Demon spawns around here. That's fine, I guess. Yeah, they're all like absorbing vital energies or whatever. I guess it would be nice to maybe just do like a power leap over there and leave. Can I do that? Can we get one step forward, or is he going to step? Yeah, he's going to do that. Oh, and there's a Brimstone Fiend. Aw. So here's my new thinking. I'm going to step diagonally that way. He's probably going to step forwards. Yep. And now what I'll do is I'll just actually continue to walk around the corner. No need for a power leap. And we'll leave. Oh, we got tormented right at the last second. Obnoxious. This place looks like it could be Minoleg's level, but I guess it's not. It's more purple. Purple is definitely the color of, like, weird mutating energies. But it's too red. We're still in the red zone here. Maybe we're in the transitionary area between the red zone and the purple zone. So we're getting there. It just needs to be a little bit more green now. We're working our way through the pandemonic spectrum. I apologize, by the way, if none of this commentary makes sense. As I said, I'm still pretty jet lagged. But, you know, I felt like getting back into it. It's been a while since I have been, you know, playing this game and commentating, so I got to get both these muscles warmed back up, you know? I mean, I get my commentating muscles, which are mostly in my mouth and diaphragm, I suppose. Got to get those back warmed up, and then I'll also get my dungeon crawl chops back. Poisoned here slightly, a whole bunch of poisonous things in here. Or at least, you know, that's maybe a good sign. Poison is green, right? Most poisons are green. Evening Star of Crusher. And another way through. Alright, let's see the green zone. Yes! Oh, wow. And actually, I was way off. It turns out the Minoleg's realm is red and yellow. So I don't even know what's good for me. We were in the red zone, and that was the right place to be after all. Just a little bit yellower, too, which I guess is on the way to the green zone, so maybe I was on the right track. I feel like we had our correct sense of direction there. We just didn't quite have our bearings there in Pandemonium, which is reasonable. It's a confusing place if you don't have a map or one of those mall kiosk signs that tell you where you are, you know? You gotta take a course in orienteering, pandemonic orienteering. And we're very glad that we have our Amulet of Mutation here. Resist Mutation, rather, because I don't know how much more mutation we can take before we have to just quaff our cure mutation potions. We'll tolerate quite a bit. Let's not jump out of here, because that would be foolish. But let's continue to press onwards. Is it worth the magic mapping? How many magic mappings do we have? 6 rolls of magic mapping? We might as well, right? What are we saving those for? So where are we going? Yep, down here, obviously, in this sort of modern art, stained glass sort of looking place. I like it. I like it, Minoleg. I like what you've done with the place. You know, definitely fancy. You know, if you're a panlord with magic pandemonic powers, you probably spend some of your time redecorating at least. It definitely seems like the panlords have a sense of fashion at least, you know. Cerebell's got his palace, and I guess that Olam Loban had his quiet reflecting pool area, which is cool. And then Gluk's Vlog had a quite symmetrical thing going on too. I guess he appreciates order of some kind. Considering the layout of his lair, at least. So, you know, these demons, they got a good thing going on. And I respect, you know, Minoleg. So it's definitely a work of art. You know, it's definitely, you know, order and chaos. The interplay of order and chaos is right where complexity and interesting behavior lies. So Minoleg's got it figured out. Which, you know, we got to kill him, of course. But I respect him. You know, in the moment that you truly understand your enemy, you know, you can't help but love them. And that's when you can defeat them forever. So, you know, that's a little Ender's Game right there. But, you know, I think there's some validity in that. It's sort of like a Sun Tzu Art of War sort of thing, you know? It's like you gotta know thy enemy, know thyself, first of all, but... Oh, our stats are getting pretty seriously drained here. You know thy enemy, know thyself, and then you realize that thyself and thy enemy are not so different after all. And then maybe that means that you just want to put down the sword, you know, make swords to plowshares, and just not fight a war at all. Because we're not too unlike Minoleg. I wish I could convince Minoleg of this. You know, Minoleg, where are you for this speech? I guess I'm... Oh, no. Wow, look at my intelligence. My brain is going down to 10. That's really obnoxious. Okay, here's Minoleg. Do we know any spells? I mean, with our intelligence at 10, I'm surprised how well we can continue to cast all of these things. I guess it's not a big deal. I could spend a turn. Like, how's my phase shift? Phase shift is still at 8%, which is really not terrible. I am training up my translocations more than I have to, probably. I could probably turn that off. Sure. Alright, let's stop doing translocations for a second because our brain is half rotted. We need all of our brain power we can get. No thinking about translocations for a second. We gotta focus on the fight. Here comes Minoleg and his army of jerks. It's, it's almost worth an apocalypse, but I feel like maybe we should wait, just hang out 1 minute. Because he could summon some guys too. He could summon some allies, some tentacled allies, and the apocalypse would be great for that too. So how about just let's try standard buffs first. Alright, I'm on 2 planes. That's good, because these guys are going to try to grope us with their tentacles. I'm still dopier and dopier. I'm definitely quaffing a potion after this. But let's just chop our way through these guys. And maybe this is time for an apocalypse right now. I mean, maybe, why not? How about an apocalypse, right? Minoleg, I'm afraid that you have upset me. You know, my brain is down to 9 out of 24. Minoleg is indeed paralyzed, so hopefully we can get up close enough to get in those awesome paralysis chops. Yes, we can. And of course, by now, his magic is leaking into the air. He's got no control over his body. What a way to go. I mean, he has absolutely no control. You know, all of his agency as a Panlord has been completely undermined. Because, well, he can't move. He can't cast spells. It's got to be a horrible feeling. Our draining is gone. I'm sure we possibly did get maybe some vulnerability to malmutation there. What happened? Frailness? Are we serious here? Minus 10%. Yeah, I mean, it's bad. We still have more than 200 HP. It's not bad enough to cure out of it yet. I mean, minus 10% HP, fine. But I mean, a lot of HP sort of threats are multiplicative in this day and age now with Torment and things like that, going into Hell. We'll have to worry about Hellfire too. I mean, having as much HP as you can is good. But we've also got more AC and shielding and more strength and regeneration, which is amazingly useful in Hell. So it's not worth curing out of it yet. But let's get out of this weird red zone mutating area here while we can. Well, we still got some of our DNA intact. Here's the glowing rune of Zot, which is purple. You know, purple definitely the color of mutation. And it does flash green, right, as I remember it? Yeah, it flashes green. So I wasn't too far off about that purple and green comment. Sort of like the Riddler. You know, it's got sort of a Riddler color scheme going on. And that is, in fact, the last Pandemonic Rune of Zot. I feel like that, that confrontation with Noeg was a little bit anticlimactic. I mean, it was really just a apocalypse and a couple of chops. But that does make me feel confident. I mean, it makes me feel like, you know, definitely we made the right choice in worshipping Rue. Maybe he will continue to be viable throughout the Hell runes, hopefully, our voyages down into Hell. How about let's dig through this? Seems like a pretty good shortcut. Nice. And we can just leave anytime we want. Well, is this... Are there any other better ways out? Like, while we have the place magic maps, we might as well check out those portals up there. There's no loot, right? Ring of Sustainabilities might have come in handy. Which reminds me, let's get out of our state of near brainlessness here with one of our many potions of restore abilities. Just so I feel better about that. Maybe I should have waited until I was quite clear of Pandemonium, but our body's going to continue to rot anyway, regardless. Our DNA is not pristine, let's say that much. Something tries to feed on my intellect. I suppose that the brainworm's ability to feed on my brain is a natural ability, perhaps? Yeah, here we go. This is a way out to the abyss. Let's go. And let's just get back to the normal plane of reality here. See, we're still in the red zone. You know, let's just get back to the dungeon where we don't have to worry about these weird colored zones at all. We'll go to Hell. Which is, you know, I mean, it's a crazy, chaotic place, but at least it's more well-defined than Pandemonium is. It's less infinite, transfinite than the Pandemonium. chop up a few abyss creatures will make us feel better. Of course, there's lots of things in the abyss which might drain our stats as well. But hopefully we can just be on our merry way. Scroll of Enchant Armor, perfect. That's nice finds. Spatial Vortex could not do much to us because, well, we can't move, we can't blink around. But there's a horde of them nonetheless. It's like a plot from Star Trek where you get attacked by spatial maelstroms and it sends you 10 billion light years away. And you have to rely on the generosity of Q. Wow, space warping horribly around me. These things, they hurt. It's blind, though. So it lost its gravimetric sensors. Look at all these maelstroms. Man, something's going crazy here. I think that Pandemonium might be collapsing inwards on itself, considering we removed the final Pandemonic rune, which possibly was holding the whole thing stable due to translocative energies. Let's regenerate, why not? So I think it's possible that we're causing some sort of spatial cataclysm here. Pull to a new region of the Abyss. Geez, how about a way out? We got the Abyssal Rune here in our pocket. That's what I was hoping it would be good for, if we needed a quick exit. Not like we're in any real danger here, but, you know. Now the anticlimax is even more anticlimactic if you just have to wander through the desert for 50 years. Maybe that's the punishment. Maybe that's the true story, right? Like, you get the rune and it's so much easier than you expected. It's like the story of the Odyssey, you know? I mean, the Trojan War was really just the first step. You know, the voyage home is supposed to be like, you know, just the ending, like the resolution, like the triumph. You know, you come home and it's great, you know, you get a kiss from your wife, roll credits. But instead, the voyage home ends up being like the craziest part. You know, you get lost for 20 years and you get turned into a pig, whatever else. It's sort of not what you expect out of a story. It's an interesting story, I guess. And this is us right now. We're on an odyssey right now through the Abyss. We thought that we had the favor of the Abyss with the Abyssal Rune, but I guess not. We should have sacrificed something to Lugonu. Right? But whatever. I mean, it's really just more of a purgatory here. Considering I'm not really running into too many trials. I don't think there's much that Abyss 1 can throw at me that I haven't already seen. I mean, sure, we've seen Ancient Liches on Abyss 1 or whatever else. You know, that wretched star is always just an annoyance more than anything. You know, it tried to turn us into a pig, but it didn't do a very thorough job of it. You know, it needs to work on its genetic engineering. Corruption is gone. My natural healing is strengthened. Oh, that was just the corruption. Alright, I thought that maybe I was lucky. Am I still evolving, by the way? I am still evolving. As long as I'm still evolving, I'm not going to quaff Cure Mutation. Oh. Well, I just feel clumsy due to my deterioration. That's fine. We got enough restore abilities, I think, to get us through the end of the game. Fine, you know what? Let's make this interesting. If we're going to go on an Odyssey, let's at least go into a deeper Odyssey. Tempt the gods, you know, I mean, really make things proper. Yeah, just keep diving. Alright, perfect. Is that Rue? Rue, this is perfect. You're exactly the kind of guy I needed to see in my Odyssey right now. Rue, you're exalted by my worship. I'm exalted by you. You're exalted by me. Let's get together and feel alright. Perfect. It's a way out. Alright, thanks, Rue. Alright, that was actually pretty satisfying. It was only through faith that we were able to end our personal trial there. Sort of just like the Odyssey, I guess. I don't really remember if the Odyssey had like a point or a theme or a moral of the story, but I'm pretty sure that being good to the gods is part of the theme. Anyway, we got all of our runes. Feeling good about that. It was relatively straightforward. We just apocalypsed, you know, Manoleg with our very convincing Ender's Game speech, and he just basically rolled over and died. And then we got all the runes. I guess what that means, though, is next time we're going to be looking at the Hell runes, which really does terrify me. That's why I wanted to get this lighthearted one out of the way first, because Hell could be crazy, man, and we can't teleport. Like, that's the craziest part about it, you know? I mean, all this time, we've been in a stasis character. We have to storm in and storm out. I don't know how much digging is going to do in the Iron City of Dis, where we can't going to be able to dig through much of the iron walls. So I'm a little bit frightened, but I'm also feeling good and confident. So I'm not just going to die. I mean, we're going to make an honest attempt at it. But I hope you enjoyed, you guys. Thanks for watching. I'm back. I'll probably be back with another video tomorrow. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. What's the button to end the video? I think it's this one.